Okay, are we ready? Is it recording? Okay. All right, thank you everyone for joining us. My name is Jamie. I'll be the moderator for this focus group. So for those of you who don't know, this is for our PR campaigns capstone class. We're working with an organization called ECU Sustainability, doing a campaign called No Confetti for Graduation. I'm just gonna ask you guys a couple of survey questions, just be as honest as you can. It doesn't have to be anything like long, winding questions. They're pretty straightforward. So I guess we can just get started. So the first question is, during this pandemic, how do you keep in touch with campus news? And what kind of communications channels are you using to keep up with what's going on at ECU, if any at all? If anyone wants to start.
For me, like say the question one more time. Make sure.
How do you keep up with campus news at ECU? Like, do you follow any social media or any communication channels?
Yes, it's mostly been through Instagram. I forget the publication called here ACU, but it's the one that Zoe was editor for. I follow them, and then I used to, well, mostly like later part of or last semester, used to like look at the magazines that they used to have posted around. So that's what I kind of used to keep up to date.
Okay, great. Anyone else? Does anyone else follow like an ECU like Instagram account or Twitter or anything like that? You can just raise your hand if you do.
Yeah, I would say Instagram, Twitter, and email is the most where I get all of my information.
Right. Does anyone else check their emails?
I get the like pirate 411 things still.
Like the text message?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Does anyone else use the text message format to keep up with ECU news? All right, we can move on to the next one. Have any of you ever heard of ECU Sustainability before? And if so, do you know anything about them? You can just raise your hand if you've heard of them. No, okay. Well, that's who we're working with for our project. And I was just gonna read you guys their mission statement really quick. So they're, as a major university with more than 27,000 students and other 5,000 faculty and staff, ECU requires considerable resources just to keep the doors open. That is why it is so important that the university is actively working to eliminate wasteful practices and to improve efficiency wherever possible. So basically, ECU Sustainability is just an organization on campus that promotes sustainable living in the ECU community. So now you've heard of them. Okay, so I'm guessing all of you guys are graduating seniors. And how do you usually celebrate a graduation? What is your plan to celebrate your graduation this year, if at all? You have a celebration plan?
I don't have much of a plan, but probably just because of COVID, just going home and having to get together with my family, and that's about it.
Mm-hmm. Does anyone plan to have like any sort of graduation party or do anything in preparing for graduation?
I'll probably just have like a small one with like friends and then go home and have like a small one with my family since I'm out of state and then take pictures and stuff.
Okay, so that's my next question leads to that. Do any of you have a plan to do any graduation photo sessions? You can just raise your hand if you do. Okay, and when do you plan on doing that? Like April, May, this month even?
Probably like May, like everything is done and stuff.
Do you guys plan to hire a photographer or just have like your friend take one?
Probably just my friends.
And how do you, are any of you using a photographer that are taking graduation photos?
I think I'm gonna use a photographer, yeah.
Do you have one that you know already, or is there?
No, I'm hoping to find somebody like from ECU that's like either like a photography like major or something, just like help them out, I guess, like help them add stuff to like their portfolio.
Gotcha. So probably like social media or like even looking online for one. Okay, great, thank you. And what are major considerations in taking grad photos? Like, do you guys want props? Do you want like champagne popping, confetti, anything like that?
I don't really care about any of that stuff personally. I just kind of want to go to my favorite spots on campus and get good pictures there. I don't really care about the props or anything personally.
Right. And did you plan on hiring a photographer or just kind of taking like iPhone pictures?
I'm probably just gonna have one of my friends who is a photographer. So yes
Okay.
and no, I guess.
Cool. Thank you. Do any of you, like other people, plan on using confetti or like champagne or anything like that? I know that's a popular.
I don't know
What?
about confetti because I feel like that's such a pain to clean up. So, but probably champagne.
Mm-hmm. So I guess none of you said that you're using confetti, but if you did, would you be willing to give it up during your photo sessions, or are you willing to use like another alternative, like glitter, like bubbles, or like dried leaves or anything like that? Is that something you guys would be interested in? Kind of, sort of. Okay. My next question is, have you thought of waste issues that are produced in graduation celebrations? So like, have you ever seen, like been walking around on campus and seen confetti on the ground and like kind of got mad at it or just like didn't even think about it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've definitely been with my friends before, and in the past few years that I've like seen graduation photos taken and been like, bruh, they're using confetti. Like, it's not good for the environment. So definitely aware of it.
Good. So you've been aware of that. Yeah. Awesome. Has anyone else seen like confetti and just kind of like not really thought anything about it? You can raise your hand or whatever. Yeah, kind of. Okay, the next question is, in daily life, how much are you interested in sustainability and environmental protection? Like, how often do you think of like ways you can make your life more sustainable, or like recycling, turning off the lights, that kind of thing?
I recycle a lot. My mom is like really crazy about recycling at home. And then like try not to litter. If I see like a lot of trash around like a parking lot, I'll try and get up. Yeah, like try and use like some biodegradable stuff, like reuse bags and stuff.
How many of you guys like make it a point to use like a reusable water bottle, like make sure to turn off the lights, pick up trash where you see it? You can just raise your hand. So mostly in daily life, that's something you guys think about? Okay, cool. Have you ever talked about environmental issues with people, like too much waste, climate change, recycling, plastic consumption, wildlife protection, etc.? Is that something you guys like talk about with your friends, or just kind of keep it to yourself? Or
Also, I'd say it's a pretty big topic of conversation a lot of the time.
good.
Especially right now.
Yeah, especially right now. Okay. In your opinion, what is the reasonable price range to spend on confetti if you're going to use it, if you're not going to use it? Like, how much do you guys think that would cost usually?
Like,
or how much would you be willing to spend on that?
$1.
Yeah. $1.
Pointless. So why make it so expensive?
What about like any other type of props would you use, even if you're like going to like your favorite places in town? Like, how much money would you be willing to spend on a photographer and on props, like the whole photo session, if you're going to do one for graduation? Do you guys have like a price range in mind?
I don't really know what photographers run for, but maybe like $20. I don't really care that much about pictures, so.
Yeah, same here. I have to really look more into how much they're charging for each of their photos, because I know some people try to do like 100, 200 for a photo shoot. So I'm just trying to estimate how much that would be. So it'll probably be between maybe 30 or 40 for me. But anything that's crazy, I wouldn't want to.
Gotcha. Okay, I think that might be all the focus group questions we have, unless any of you guys in the group have anything you want to add or ask. If anyone wants to.
For your, oh, I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
I was just curious. So, like for your capstone project, what is it? What's like your end result or what you're presenting?
So basically we're in a public relations class. So we're just trying to work with e-sustainability to basically like spread the word and do a public relations campaign. So the ultimate goal is to stop people from using confetti for graduation.
Okay.
Doing kind of like the marketing side of it, basically, just spreading the word and letting your friends know. So if any of you guys know of anyone that plans on taking graduation photos, make sure that they're not using something harmful to the environment like confetti, and you can offer any alternative things to use. Like we said, glitter, you can even like photo edit something on. You can use leaves. There's plenty of things to use other than confetti for graduation photos. Does anyone else have any questions or anything they'd like to say? Okay, well, that concludes the survey or the focus group portion, but I do have a quick survey that I'm gonna send in the Zoom chat that it should only take about 5 minutes. It's basically some of the questions I asked today, but it's just to get like the analytical data. So I sent it there. Let me know if that works, if you guys are directed to that. But other than that, I think we're good. Thank you guys all for coming. It was super easy, and yeah, thanks guys.
No problem.
Thank you for having us.
Bye y'all.
Thanks, guys.
No problem, Zoe.
Peace, Zoe.
Oh boy. Real MVP.